Shalom, shalom. Call Allah Yahweh, Ba Shem Mashiach, Umalak Yahweh, Wawa Kakadash, Ataz Wanka Bayam is Quine Boy, Comment Sha'Allah, Ahabata Makim, Wa Akwa. Amen. We back at it with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh. It's the Sirach series, brothers and sisters. Already know what time it is. Let's dive straight into it. Sirach chapter 9. It says, be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against thyself. Verse number 2, give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. So your wife, right? Let's go to Ephesians 5. Right? Ephesians chapter 5. And let's read verse number 26. Verse number 25. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 23. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Hamashiach, even as Christ, is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be subject unto their husbands in everything. We live our lives solely based on the words of Christ. We live our lives solely based on the Lord. Imagine if the Lord gave us an instruction that wasn't really true. Imagine if the Lord gave us an instruction that wasn't profitable to us, to ourselves. You understand that? Imagine how far that will lead off into us. Now, in this captivity, it's a little bit difficult for wives to obey their husbands from the lifestyles that women used to live and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, this is the order that the Lord set. The woman is supposed to follow the man. You understand that? And if you telling your wife evil lessons, telling her how she can go off and free you from a certain aspect, or how she can do certain things just to alleviate you from certain aspects, it's going off, man. That's a sin, right? That's being deceitful, right? That's lying to your neighbor. You understand that? And ultimately, it's like you can't give your strength over to a woman. Let's go there in Proverbs 31 and verse 3. Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 3. Right, so you have to have a just balance of respect for your woman. Proverbs 31 and 3. Give not thy strength unto woman, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Right, so don't allow a woman to dictate anything, really, in your marriage, or dictate any type of your thoughts or anything like that, man. At the end of the day, the man is the head. It just is what it is, meaning like, your last word stands, or how you want to maneuver in a certain situation is going to stand. That's not to say a woman don't have a voice or anything like that, because a lot of people think, oh, black Hebrew Israelites, they make their women not do, whatever. They try to make it seem like we're overrighteous. But at the end of the day, man, you want to be able to have an authoritative position over your household as a man. Let's read on. In Sirach chapter 9, verse 3, meet not with an harlot. Meet not with an harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. Use not, let's go to that in Proverbs 7. Meet not with an harlot, lest thou fall into her snares, man. Proverbs chapter 7 and verse... Proverbs chapter 7, verse 10. I'll read verse number 9. In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night, and behold, there met him a woman with the entire of an harlot and a subtle heart. Man, it's the middle of the night, and he just met her. It's an Eve, right? It's an Eve dressed in all manner of, immodesty, okay? Attire of a harlot. It's immodesty, right? Then it says, then it reads, with the attire of a harlot. Then it says, in a subtle heart, she is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Now she is without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows. Therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. Right? Meaning like this woman, she came up and was subtle, and she trying to subdue a man. So you don't want to get into a situation where you meet with the harlot, it's in sincerity or not in sincerity, and then you end up sinning and going off, because the Most High gonna judge you for that. You know what I'm saying? You and her, right? Let's read on. Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer, least thou be taken with her attempts. Meaning, like, she gonna, don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in a situation for you to be beguiled by a woman. Don't put yourself in a situation for you to be attempted above something that you can handle with a woman. Because women can be, you know, manipulative, deceitful, righteously or unrighteously. You understand that? And as men, we will fall for those snares. Look at Adam and Eve. Read on. It says, gaze not on a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her. You understand that? Don't look, man. Now, me personally, I'm in college, man. I'm in college. Just today, we was at the gym. Me and two brothers, right? We're at the gym. And these brothers come up to me and say, whoa, this is ridiculous. We're in the gym. We were playing, you know, playing basketball or whatever. We're in the gym, and brothers are telling me, I don't know how you do it. You need to put some damn clothes on. And, like, I told him, like, listen, I don't, man, when it comes to school, I go to class and I come home, man. You understand that? That's it. That's it, because Eve is dressed immodestly. And that just lets you know, how hard it is for us men in these last days with fringes on, keeping the commandments to the best of our ability, to not let our eyes wander upon vain things, right? Make a covenant with your eyes, as it tells you in the book of Job. It says, give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thy inheritance. Look not around, look not round about thee in the streets of a city, neither wander thou in the solitary places thereof. And we used to do that in the world, man. Right? You just go out just to be out, man. Right? As a young man, we used to do that in the world. Right? The Lord said, don't do that. It says, turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, for herewith love is kindled as a fire, man. So the Most High don't care if she look good, she don't look good. Don't be staring at her for her beauty, man. Right? Because really, it all boils down to this. Let's go to this in Hebrews. It all boils down to this, man. Hebrews chapter 13 and verse number 4. Marriage is honorable but in all. And marriage is honorable in all. And the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge, man. Because at the end of the day, when you getting into looking at maids for, like, their body and stuff like that, it gets to a sense of, like, you're not even thinking about actually marrying that woman, right? Like it tells you in Exodus 22 and 16. You understand that? You don't want to look at a woman for her beauty, because that's just going to that's going to make you go off, right? It's going to make you want to, you get to think about how she look in certain aspects. You get to think about how she conduct herself, or how you can get in there. You understand that? These are vain thoughts that men go through are gonna end up getting us judged, man. You understand that? Let's read on. It's plain. It's plain, man. It's plain. Let's read on. It says, also it says, for herewith love is kindled as a fire, man. Cause then, man, you burning in your lust. That's what that's talking about. You burning in your lust, man. Let's read on. It says, sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction. Forsake not an old friend, for the new is not comparable to him. A new friend is as new wine. When it is old, thou shalt drink it with pleasure. Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end. Right? Because people in this world, man, they prosper, right? They prosper in certain areas, but at the end of the day, the Most High promised us way more than what they have, man. You understand that? Don't never envy that. And you gotta understand, when it comes down to your friends, we talked about that in Sirach 6, how to be a good friend. You understand that? Now, when it comes down to your friends, it don't matter if you it don't matter if you're 10 years in the street or not. Do not forsake an old friend, man. Those men and women that you grew up with, man, that bond that you held, whether it was in the world or not, is still important to this day. Don't come into this truth and just think you holier than everybody else, right? You come into this truth, you may not have the faith that you thought you had, or you might not have the strength, or there might not be the will of the Most High to endure as you thought you could, right? As a mortal man. And you done came in the truth, and now you're holier than thou. You done forsook everybody. Now you literally got nobody, man. That's just not wise, man. That's not wise. You understand that? The childhood friends that you got, the minute you know protect your name, like it said in Sirach 6. You understand that? Keep those men around. You understand that? It's certain levels of respect and dominance that you can have in a relationship to where as though you know I'm not doing certain things. You know I'm not eating certain things. That's simple, man. Everybody should know how to do that. Okay, let's read on. It says, delight not in the thing that is ungodly. It's like it. Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in. But remember, they shall not go unpunished unto their grave, man. It says, keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill. So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life. Presently, remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. The point is, man, watch the situations that you be put in. The Lord brought it out through Sirach in chapter 8 too. Watch who you hang around, and watch the situations that you're getting yourself involved into, man. You understand that? Don't get yourself involved in a situation where like you hanging around a whole bunch of people with guns, man. When it boiled down to it and it really kicked the fan, and the Lord really turning up the heat on that hour of temptation, man, men is going to turn their back on you. Big time. Even the one that was yelling and shaking the hand at Kemp, he's going to turn his back on you, man. So don't be hanging around these men like that. Right? Watch the men you hang around. Right? Watch the situations. Don't allow yourself to get put in certain situations. Apply these precepts. You understand that? Man, brothers can take heed to that, right? Brothers can take heed to that. Right? You used to hang in certain situations where it's guns all over the place, knives all over the place, drugs all over the place. You understand that? And demonic music, right? It makes you want to do carnal evil things, man. You understand that? Yeah, brothers and sisters can relate. It says, as near as thou canst, guess at thy neighbor and consult with the wise, right? It says consult with the wise. Let thy talk be with the wise, and all thy communication in the law of the Most High. And let just men eat and drink with thee, and let the glorifying be in fear with the Lord. So you're justified if you don't want to just be around certain people because of their spirits. You understand that? You're justified if you feel like you can't get along with a certain brother. You may not want to really hang out with them. You know what I'm saying? On a personal level. Now, a greeting is a greeting. You understand that? Or acknowledgement is acknowledgement. But when it comes out to hanging out and having conversations and all that other stuff, you're justified to not want to have that relationship with somebody if you don't want to. Let's read it again. It says, let that talk be with the wise, and all our communication in the law of the Most High, and let just men eat and drink with thee, and let thy glory be in the fear of the Lord. At the end of the day, the Most High is witness to who's just and who's not. At the end of the day, you understand that? But you as a man, it's up to your discernment. So if you feel like somebody's not just to be with you, man, you separate yourself, and you're justified for that. Right? It says, for the hand of the artificer, the work shall be commended, and the wise ruler of the people for his speech. Right? So your speech is very important, especially if you're a ruler over people. Let's read on. It says, a man of an ill tongue is dangerous in his city, and he that is rash in his talk shall be hated. Right? It shall be hated, man. Right? Because you're going to be hated if you can't control the stuff you say. You're going to be hated if you can't control your temper. You're going to be hated if you can't know how to speak a good word in due season. You understand that? Let's go to that in James chapter 3, verse 1. My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man, and able also to bridle the whole body. Now, us brothers in this truth, we always say, yeah, nobody perfect. I ain't perfect. You ain't perfect. The Lord said, for many in these things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same as a perfect man. Everybody offends in word, man. Everybody offends in word. Don't think you just too pride to when somebody confesses to you, hey, you did XYZ, man. You understand that? Because it's very much possible. Everybody offends in word. You understand that? It says, and able also to bridle the whole body, man. You understand that? So your tongue is a very important mineral that can kindle a very hot fire. Jump down to verse 5. Even so, the tongue is a little member and boasts of great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth, man. You understand that? So at the end of the day, brothers gotta watch the situations that they putting themselves in, right? You wanna be able to have that mindset to where as though you always, you know what I'm saying? You are conscious of the situation you're putting yourself in. Don't go out and hang out with people you know is going to cause trouble. Don't go out and hang out with people when you know the outcome is going to be negative. Don't do it. Those are not just men. Those are not just women. Don't do it. You're justified for not wanting to physically be around certain people if you don't think they're just, man. Right? And watch your tongue, because your tongue is something that everybody's going to offend by. Everybody's going to offend by their tongue. You understand that? Everybody is. So the Lord said, a man that is an ill tongue is dangerous in his city. Right? You don't want to be dangerous. Right? You want to be peaceable. Right? I forgot the precept. Let me see if I can pull this precept. Salaki, it almost came to me. Salakia. The wisdom from above is first this, man. And it's peaceable, and it's gentle, and it's loving, man. So you want to have those attributes, that fruits of the spirit, peaceable, love. You understand? And all those other good qualities that you want to have, man. Right? And watch out the situations that you're getting put in. And with that, shalom, 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 shalom.